While the first January 6th hearing focused mainly on the violence at the Capitol that day, we did get some pretty strong hints that Trump and his inner ninth circle knew none of his voter fraud claims had any standing.
Repeatedly told the president in no uncertain terms that I did not see evidence of fraud.
I remember a call with Mr. Meadows where Mr. Meadows was asking me what I was finding. We weren't finding anything.
And what was Mr. Meadows' reaction to that information?
I believe the words he used were, "So there's no there."
I made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying the election was stolen and putting out this stuff, which I told the president was bullshit.
Which might mean something if Trump's entire career wasn't based on bullshit. The second January 6th hearing on Monday focused much more on the big lie and Trump's endless quest to avoid admitting he'd lost. According to Trump's campaign manager, Bill Stepien, the losing president's team was basically split into two opposing camps after the election. Those who were willing to accept the results and those who weren't, with Stepien giving his team a name that has never been associated with Trump.
I didn't mind being categorized. There were two groups of, we called them kind of my team and Rudy's team. I didn't mind being characterized as being part of Team Normal.
Okay, Budster, you don't deserve credit for being, quote, normal. You still worked for Scroat Face. Anybody would look sane next to a man other vampires called Daywalker. Let's be clear. Stepien isn't the good guy in this, nor are the other Republicans who are only testifying because they were feeling the pressure. They were happy to ride the gravy train as long as they could. No matter what Trump did to harm the nation, from lying about COVID to separating migrant families to stealing a sick kid's Make-A-Wish to meet John Cena, both Team Normal and Team Four Seasons Total Landscaping are pieces of shit. It's just that Team Normal is standard shit, and Giuliani's team is shit that's the result of a late-night taco found on the subway. For their part, Team Normal urged Trump to abandon his unfounded claims of fraud, but even on election night, Trump seemed to only listen to his two top advisors, Rudy Giuliani and a Long Island iced tea.
You will also hear testimony that President Trump rejected the advice of his campaign experts on election night and instead followed the course recommended by an apparently inebriated Rudy Giuliani.
Was there anyone in that conversation who, in your observation, had too much to drink?
Mayor Giuliani. And the mayor was definitely intoxicated.
Of course, Giuliani denies that he was drunk that night, tweeting, "I refused all alcohol that evening. My favorite drink, Diet Pepsi." Good God, Rudy. This is the first time Pepsi asked if you're okay. Sure, that's his favorite drink. Maybe if it was a delicious ice-cold Diet Pepsi with brandy in it. But if there's one thing Trump loves more than listening to the dumb assholes who advise him, it's taking financial advantage of the dumb assholes who support him.
Between Election Day and January 6th, the Trump campaign sent millions of fundraising emails to Trump supporters, sometimes as many as 25 a day. The Trump campaign knew these claims of voter fraud were false, yet they continued to barrage small-dollar donors with emails, encouraging them to donate to something called the Official Election Defense Fund. The Select Committee discovered no such fund existed.
Okay, while we're clearing the air, I should also let my staff know that the official Full Frontal Fun Fund does not exist. We're never going to Six Flags, gang. Well, you're not going to go. I know none of this is surprising. We knew Trump tried to overturn the election. We knew Trump rips off his base. We knew that the insurrection on January 6th was bad on January 6th. But it's still extremely powerful to see all the evidence and testimonies put together to cement just how brazen and corrupt Trump was in his efforts to overturn the election. And every day, we learn more.
New footage from the January 6th committee shows a person who was led on a tour by GOP Congressman Barry Loudermilk on January 5th, 2021, taking photos of tunnels, hallways, staircases inside the Capitol. And it was then back the very next day making threats against specific members of Congress.
Loudermilk's office provided this statement. Nothing about this visit with constituents was suspicious.
Yeah, it was just a normal tour, folks. I mean, who among us doesn't have vacation photos from a Capitol building security checkpoint? Our entire democracy is on a tightrope because the closest advisors to a buffoon were too afraid or too selfish to tell him he's a f***ing moron. But maybe now this evidence is out there, someone in power will finally hold Trump and his cronies accountable. Someone strong, someone with guts, someone with the power to enforce justice in America. Oh shit, never mind. We got Merrick Garland.
I am watching, and I will be watching all the hearings, and I can assure you that the January 6th prosecutors are watching all the hearings.
God damn it, Merrick Garland. For someone with the name and face of Santa's most stressed elf, you'd think you'd know a little more about delivering. We're all watching, but you can actually do something. This is your moment. I believe-ish in you. Like I said when I finally got my period in clown college, better late than never. Well, actually, at the time I said honk honk, but you get what I mean. If Trump and his goons don't face consequences, which let's be honest, they rarely do, our country will simply continue its slide into authoritarian white supremacy. We need to stop this from happening again, and we need to do it now. So lock that up, Merrick. Lock up all the motherfuckers responsible for January 6th. I mean, well, shit, if you want to catch Rudy, all you got to do is put out a line of margaritas leading into a bear trap.